All right, you and we're going on an adventure. We're not just going to stand outside and look at the pyramids. Nope, we're going inside, deep inside, into the heart of one of Earth's greatest mysteries. We're heading to places most people will never see, places that are actually pretty dangerous, all to find the truth. So get ready. This is going to be a wild ride. And look, that's not just some dramatic line. It's the absolute truth. We're talking about plunging into shafts and chambers buried deep, deep under the sand. These are places you're not even supposed to go. They're literally off limits because they're so dangerous. So yeah, forget the tourist trail. This is the real deal. We're dropping into the unknown. So, Section 1, a 4,500-year-old mystery. And the big question, right? Aliens or human ingenuity? I mean, this is one of the biggest debates ever. You look at these things and you just have to wonder, how? How did people thousands of years ago with no modern tech build something this huge, this perfect? Was it just incredible human genius? Or did they have some help from somewhere else? And this really breaks it down, doesn't it? On one side, you've got the built by aliens theory. The argument is that these structures are just too advanced. They seem totally impossible for the time. Then, on the other side, built by humans. This is what most Egyptologists believe, that these were incredible tombs for their kings built by the very first Egyptians. Our job right now is to chase down the evidence and see where it takes us. 4,500 years. Just think about that for a second. That's how long ago people were dragging these massive stones into place. We're talking almost 5 millennia. That's older than, well, just about anything you can imagine. And every single block was placed by hand. It's just mind-boggling. All right, next up, descent into the tombs, the perilous journey below. Because look, if we want real answers, we can't get them out here in the sunshine. The truth, it's buried. We have to go down, deep into the tombs, through a labyrinth of tunnels that, frankly, were built to keep us out. And trust me, the journey down is no joke. Yeah, if you fall, you'll definitely die. That's the reality here. We're talking about climbing down hundreds of feet on these sketchy old ladders into total pitch-black darkness. There are no safety ropes, no backup plan, one wrong move, one little slip, and that's it. It's over. The stakes could not be higher. Okay, so here's our first big challenge, the Tomb of Osiris. It's a journey into what feels like another world. First, you've got to climb down a 100-foot ladder, straight down. When you finally hit the bottom, you're not on solid ground. Nope, you're in a flooded chamber. So now you're wading through murky water in the dark, and all of that is just to reach this one sarcophagus, a thing they call the gateway to the underworld. And it's not just the climbing in the water you have to worry about. The quote says it all. The air's pretty thin down here. You're hundreds of feet underground, right? There's barely any air circulation. So the oxygen just gets thin. Suddenly, every single movement feels like a huge effort. You can feel yourself getting lightheaded. You have to consciously think about every breath. Blacking out? Oh yeah, that's a very real danger. And then there's this, the feeling of being buried alive. Can you even imagine? You're forcing your body through some tiny, newly found tunnel. It's so tight you can feel the rock grinding against you, on your chest, on your back. You're deep underground, and for just one horrible second, you think you're stuck. That's a level of fear. It's pure primal terror. Okay, Section 3, Secrets of the Builders, the genius of ancient engineers. Because here's the thing, when you get through that terror, when you finally squeeze out into a hidden chamber, the fear just melts away, and it's replaced by total awe. You're standing in these secret places, and the question in your head changes. It's not who did this anymore, it's how. How on earth did they do this? And the builders, man, they were smart. I mean, brilliantly clever. Check this out, the decoy chamber. So you'd break into a tomb, and you'd find this huge empty room. And you'd think, it's already been robbed, or I guess this is it. But no, it was a trick. A massive, elaborate fake-out designed to make tomb robbers just give up and go home. It's basically ancient psychological warfare. I mean, seriously, think about that. Why would you build a giant, empty room 300 feet underground? The amount of work is just insane. You're carving this massive space out of solid rock just to trick somebody. It just goes to show you how far they were willing to go, how much effort they poured into protecting their pharaohs for the afterlife. And their genius goes way beyond just decoys.
deep inside one of the pyramids, you find these incredible engineering marvels, like vaulted ceilings. That's a super advanced way to handle the weight of millions of tons of stone pressing down. You've got these complex, multi-level tunnels that are basically a maze. And, get this, the first time ever that anyone put decorative carvings inside a tomb. They weren't just building a structure, they were creating art.
So, next section, evidence in the walls. The human story written in stone. And this is so cool because as amazing as the building itself is, some of the most powerful clues are actually painted right on the walls. We're shifting from how it was built to why, and who these people really were. Okay, now we're going somewhere really special. A place you're not supposed to see. It's the tomb of a high priest, and it's basically a perfect time capsule. It was sealed up for so long that the colors on the walls, they're still bright, still vibrant after 4,600 years. It's unbelievable. The rule is simple. You don't touch anything. You don't even breathe too hard. You're looking at a fragile miracle. And what's on these walls is mind-blowing. It's like a 4,600-year-old how-to video. You see everything about their daily lives. You see the food they offered their gods, like bread and beer. And my favorite part? There's literally a step-by-step guide carved in the wall showing how they made wine, from squishing the grapes to sealing the jars. It's like finding an ancient YouTube tutorial. Just amazing. And that's why this quote is so important. For the experts, these little tombs can be even more valuable than the giant pyramids. Because this is the real treasure. I mean, you can steal gold, right? But you can't steal this knowledge. This tells us about real people, what they ate, what they did every day. It's the story of their whole world, written right here on the walls. All right, this is it, the final verdict, the case for human builders. So we've gone deep underground. We've seen the incredible genius of the engineers. We've even read their stories. But now it's time to go to the one place that has the final, absolute proof. We are heading to the spot that delivers the verdict on who really built the pyramids. And here we are. This isn't some huge fancy tomb for a king. This is a cemetery. It's the final resting place for the workers, the actual men and women who did the back-breaking labor. They weren't royalty. They were the builders. And it's in their graves that we find the most honest story. And when archaeologists dug here, they found something incredible. Every skeleton they found, men and women, had the exact same thing in common: major stress fractures on their backs. It's a clue that's literally written into their bones. So I have to ask, right? What could possibly cause that kind of intense physical damage? What kind of work thousands of years ago would leave that kind of brutal mark on an entire community? Well, the answer is staring us right in the face. The answer? Moving 2-ton blocks of stone, day in, day out. Their skeletons are the proof. That damage is what happens to a human body after a lifetime of hauling those giant stones. It's undeniable evidence of the incredible human effort it took. This wasn't aliens. This was people. This was pure human power and will. And if the skeletons weren't enough for you, here it is, the absolute nail in the coffin. High up in the Great Pyramid, in a hidden chamber that nobody was ever supposed to find, they discovered this ancient graffiti. It's a signature. It basically says the Friends of Khufu or the Khufu Gang. It's the work crew signing their name to their project. It's the ultimate proof. Case closed. So there you have it. Our journey led us to the answer. The pyramids, they were built by incredibly smart, incredibly tough, real human beings. But you know how it is with exploration. You solve one mystery and it just opens up a dozen more questions. We know who built them, but what else is in there? What other secrets are still locked away inside these giant mountains of stone, just waiting for us? The adventure, my friends, is never really over.